Founder Space, Startup Supercharged.
I have a background not only in venture capital and business, but also in entertainment. So I have worked early in my career in Hollywood. I was a TV development executive for a big production company that produced over 100 movies and television shows. I also went on to build and design many interactive products, including over 50 games and virtual experiences. So I brought X-Files to mobile, Hitman to mobile, Tetris, multiplayer to mobile, Wheel of Fortune, and many big brands. I brought those games to mobile. I also wrote the book Game Design Workshop, which was published by the Game Developers Conference and taught game designers the fundamentals of design. So today, I'm going to share with you my ideas on the future of AI in games and entertainment. How will artificial intelligence transform the gaming and entertainment industries? So, I want to start with an interesting development. There is a startup in Silicon Valley that is developing an AI engineer. They call this Devin. So Devin is designed to replace humans, to actually be an AI that can code for you. Now this company is at the very early stage. They are just developing this, and their product hasn't been launched yet, but you will see it launch soon. My prediction is that this AI engineer will not replace humans. It is too early. What it will do is simple engineering tasks. Maybe build a landing page, write code, but it will not be able to replace humans yet. But the reason I'm showing you this is because it's the future. This is the vision of the engineers in Silicon Valley, to actually create AI that can code entire applications. Now, have you heard of Jabali? Jabali is another startup in Silicon Valley, very early, a new startup, and they are building an entire game development platform that can be done with no code. AI will take care of everything. Again, this is in the early stages, but what we are seeing now in Silicon Valley is many companies trying to figure out how to use AI to create games and code applications on their own. Who plays Roblox? So, there's some Roblox players. So Roblox is an amazing company. They are a leader in these creative games where you build and construct. And Roblox has now used AI to allow their players to become creators. So their players, using AI, can create simple games. They can't create complex games. The games are very structured, but still, it is a big step forward. And we are going to see many more advancements in games where you create games. Literally game environments where the players are the creators. Have you heard of Google Genie? So Google Genie is a new product that they launched, and it is amazing. So Google Genie is an AI that was trained by watching videos of games. So Google watched 30 1,000 hours of videos of people playing games. And just from watching the videos, this AI, Genie, learned how to create games. Just by watching. Now this is a big step forward. So what Genie does is if you go to Genie and you enter text prompts, and create an image of a game, just an image, you upload the image to Genie, and Genie will create the entire game. Or you can draw a picture of the game you want, like this picture here of a soccer ball and a goal. Genie is smart enough to say, soccer ball, goal, I'm going to create a soccer game for you. Or you could take a picture of a soccer field with a goal with your camera, and it will interpret the picture and create a game out of it. Now these games are very simple, they're not complex, but what I am showing you is a huge step forward in how we think games will be created. Games can be created from simply drawing a single picture. Now, can you copyright AI-generated content? Because what we are seeing here is the images, videos, games are all being generated by AI. But as a business person, you will need to own the game in order to sell it and make money. So right now, in America, Steam, the big gaming platform, Steam, with tens of thousands of top games, they do not allow you to use AI-generated content. The reason is because legally, in America, you cannot copyright AI-generated content as your own. The law says that content must be created by a human, not just a machine. However, I predict this will change. It has to change because AI is the future of entertainment, of games, of movies, of music, of culture. Anything a creative person does will be using AI. So this law will have to change. Now let's say you are a creator and you've spent a long time making a painting like the Mona Lisa, and you don't want the AI to copy your hard work and give it to somebody else for free. Well, there is software now called Nightshade Poison. And if you upload your image to Nightshade, it'll create a new image that looks identical to your original image. However, when the AI looks at this image, it sees something totally different. So the AI is prevented from using your image as its data. So for creators, this is a way to protect your intellectual property. Now, what we are seeing in the world is AI is creating more and more of the content, more and more of the images we see on social media, of the videos, of the music, and this trend is going up. Soon, within a few years, they predict AI will create the majority of images, videos, music, voices on the internet. What happens when AI creates most of the content? Well, we have a problem because these large language models learn based on the content. They become smart by taking the data from the internet and using it to build their models. However, in research labs, they have found that when AI tries to learn from AI-created data, it actually performs more poorly. data. AI is only as creative as we enable it to be. AI is not smart on its own. AI is smart because it has taken everything we created. AI is creative because it has taken all of human creativity and used that to create new content. So, in the future, the AI models will have to be trained on the majority of human data and avoid synthetic data created by AI. That is where we are headed. NVIDIA ran an experiment with the game Minecraft. They wanted to create an AI that could play Minecraft as well as a human being. And as you know, Minecraft is not a simple game because Minecraft is open-ended, meaning you, when you are playing Minecraft, can do anything you want to do. So NVIDIA created a Voyager AI agent, an autonomous AI agent that could go out into Minecraft and explore on its own, discover on its own. It would set its own goals. Then it would generate code to achieve those goals. Then it would take action based on that code, and it would reflect on its own action. It would think and analyze the results of its action and then try again. This is the algorithm that they use to actually have AI play Minecraft and advance. And as you can see, the orange line here, the AI outperformed every other way of playing the game. Here are traditional ways of AI playing the game. Here is Auto GPT agent. Here is the Voyager agent without a skill library. And the last one is Voyager with a skill library. So what we are seeing is AI can play games, can master games, even open-ended games without clear rules, as well as human beings. What does this mean for the future of games? Well, we won't know in the future if we are playing against a human opponent or an AI opponent. And the AI opponent can adjust based on our personal desires. That we can play against smarter AI components, and the AI can actually learn new strategies while playing the game. So right now, if you are a gamer and you play against AI, it tends to use the same strategy over and over and over. So it gets very boring for us because once we figure out the AI, it's not exciting. However, in the future, the AI will look at what you do in the game and adjust its strategy based on your strategy, just like a human would. This is a huge breakthrough. AI will also create game environments that are very dynamic, that are always changing. So the game itself, if you like the game, it will never get old because it will evolve as you evolve. Luma Labs, have you heard of Luma Labs? You've heard of everything. Luma Labs turns pictures into 3D models. So you can take your camera, and I could take a picture of these flowers right here. With the camera, I go around the flowers. And instantly, Luma Labs on your phone will make a 3D model of these flowers. And then I can upload those flowers into a game engine, like the Unreal game engine. And I can start to use them in a game. So any object in the physical world can be turned into an object in a game in a matter of minutes. Even an environment you can turn the whole environment, this room, into a virtual room in a game or a virtual world. Now, other companies are allowing developers to create copies, AI copies of their voice. 11 Labs is leading this. They are a startup, and if you upload a recording of your voice to 11 Labs, they can create an AI that talks just like you. It's not perfect yet, but it's amazingly close to a real human voice. And in a short amount of time, we will not be able to tell if it's an AI voice or your voice. You really talking. HeyGen, another startup, allows you to create a digital twin of yourself. And you can use that digital twin for sales presentations. You can use that digital twin to interact with customers and provide support. You can use it in many different ways. And this digital twin will not only talk in your voice and look just like you, but it can speak in other languages. This is the future. So developers and creators, we are going to be creating versions of ourselves and versions of real people with AI online to take care of tasks. What is the next frontier in games? So I predict the next frontier in games is AI and biofeedback. Biological feedback, feedback from our bodies, data from us. An early experimenter in this area is Red Meat Games. So they created a horror game, a zombie game. And what they did was they took data from your iWatch, from your smartwatch, and they measured your pulse. And if your pulse was low, if you were not excited, they would make the game scarier. More blood, more action. And if your pulse is very high, they would lower the amount of scariness. Very simple idea, but it points to the future. So we have AI now. Right now, there is AI that can look at your eye movements, how your eyes move. And this AI can tell your personality just from how your eyes move. Are you an anxious person? Are you a calm person? Are you a confident person? Just from how your eye moves. We also have AI now coming out of places like MIT that can look at your body and tell your emotions. The AI can tell with a high degree of accuracy whether you're happy, whether you're sad, whether you're upset and angry. Think about this. In games and movies, if the AI knows our personality and can tell our emotions, we can use that data to change the game, to change the movie. So dynamically, with AI, the movies and the games can adjust to our personality, they can adjust to our emotions, they will interact with us on an emotional level. Imagine you are watching a love scene in a movie, a romantic scene. Now, if you are excited by the romantic scene, the movie can extend the scene, make it longer and deeper. But if you are bored, if you are not reacting, the movie can make it shorter and move on to areas of the movie that you like more. We will be able to personalize games and movies to our individual selves in the future. AI can do mind reading. So I went to the University of Toronto, and at the University of Toronto, they are using EEG technology right now to read the brain waves of human beings. And from this technology, they can actually tell if you are looking at a certain image, they can extract that image from your brain. So if you are looking at a picture of someone, they can reproduce that picture just from your brainwaves. Think about this. In the future of games, we may have devices we wear on our head that can literally tell what we are thinking and adjust the game or the movie to what we care about and what we want to see more of. I call this mind games. It's brain-computer interfaces and content creation. So we will enter a future where we will be playing games with our mind. We won't need a controller. We won't need a phone in the future. Whether it's a metaverse experience, whether it's an action game, in the future, we are going to be able to control these games just by thinking. And in the far future, we may be able to actually create experiences using our brains, stimulating our brains, just like in a dream or a hallucination, to create virtual experiences like a place without any computer screen, without any controllers, and we can move through that space. That is where we're headed. That will happen someday. I don't know if it's 5 years or 50 years, but we will develop the technology so that we can not only read our brains, but we can recreate images and complete experiences inside our heads. There is an artist and technologist called Neil Harbinson, and he is colorblind. Colorblind, meaning he cannot see the difference between red and yellow and green. Very hard for him. However, he created this funny device you see there, that device on his head, and it looks at the color, and when it sees green or red, it vibrates, makes a very specific vibration on his skull. Now, our brains, everything in our brain is a signal. Everything in our brain, every visual, every audio, every sound we hear, what we taste, they are just electrical signals. So over time, by these vibrations, he actually began to sense, just like we would, the difference between red, green, and yellow. He created this through technology. He was able to overcome his color blindness. What we are going to see in the future of the metaverse, in the future of games, and in the future of movies, we are going to be able to take biosensory data and actually create new experiences nobody has experienced before. Think about this. You know a dog, your dog, it can hear sounds you cannot hear. Your dog can smell things that you cannot smell. Well, in the future of the metaverse, in the future games, there are many things we cannot hear, we cannot smell, we cannot taste. But using technology, we can create those pathways into our brain. We will be able to have experiences that are impossible today through technology. New sensors sending signals directly into our brain so that we can see ultraviolet light. We can feel sensations that our body cannot sense. We can taste flavors that do not exist. All of this technology is being developed right now in laboratories. Right now. And it will be coming into products in the future. So, my final slide, and I am going to ask you, when you go out and create content, how can you create new interactive experiences using artificial intelligence, using the latest technology? How can you open up your mind and start to create new products that never existed before? That is your challenge. I hope I inspired you today. And if you want to reach out to me for any reason, you can come contact me at Founderspace.
I'm Captain Hoff, CEO of Founderspace, the leading global startup accelerator. I'm also author of the award-winning books, Make Elephants Fly, Surviving a Startup, and The 5 Forces.